Thanks, Alyssa. Welcome to the 6A state championship game between the Bryant Hornets and the Springdale Har-Ber Wildcats. We are in the top of the first. We've got 2 outs. Blake Brower is up to bat right now. Blaine Van Helsing on the mound. We got a ball right there. My partner, RJ Hawk, will be joining me momentarily, taking over play-by-play duties. 2 quick outs for the game. AJ Stallman led off, flew out to left field. Jackson Riggs had a ground out to first base. RJ, we're rolling right here in the 6A title game.
You know what? That's what happens sometimes when you've got good softball going on across the way. Kind of gets over into the baseball side, but we've got 2 outs here at Majestic Park as Bryant's at the plate. And nice swing back up the box. First base hit of the ball game for the Hornets, and it comes by way of Blake Brower, the pitcher, who came in batting .325 on the season, and he'll be the first base runner for the Hornets here in the first.
Yeah, Brower, one of those juniors, looked really good. He's going to be their guy on the mound, like you said, RJ, but really good 2-strike approach right there. Just knocked it back up the middle right where it was pitched.
Now it's Blake Scoggins at the plate, hitting .333 on the season. He's the first baseman for the Hornets, a signee of ASU Mountain Home.
Yeah, Scoggins leads the team with 10 doubles and 30 RBIs on the season. I think we got our first courtesy runner of the game.
By the way, the battery for Har-Ber, you've got Blaine Van Helsing on the mound with Reese Osbon. He's behind the plate today for Har-Ber. And Helsing will deliver a pitch that's low, and that'll take the count to 1-0 to Blake Scoggins. .333 hitter, 30 RBI on the season. You know, one thing about Bryant, they're not a home run hitting team. They've got a few that can mix it up a little bit, but really they're those double singles type of team.
Yeah, they're playing line to line, gap to gap, RJ.
There's a curveball in there for a called strike.
Yeah, Van Helsing working his off speed, middle part of the lineup right now. He off speed first 2 pitches. See if he pitches off his fastball right here.
Runner at first base for the Hornets. Packed crowd for this 6A state championship game. Curveball is going to be fouled off into the Har-Ber dugout. That'll even things up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, Van Helsing doing a really good job of holding the runner there at first. He's changed his looks up a few times, RJ. You want to make sure you don't get in the same rhythm when you got traffic on the base paths.
Defensive alignment for Har-Ber in this one. You've got for Har-Ber, Baxendale at first, Spencer at second, Kavit at short, Acuff at third, Stewart in left, Rundle in center, and Dyer in right field. Moved back to first, and he got back quick, and that's a good move by Van Helsing.
Yeah, if the throw was on the right side of the bag right there, RJ, I think we've got a pick off. Had him, lean him a little bit right there.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Van Helsing working with a runner on, and he'll throw back over to first. And at first base, you've got Blake Brower. Kevin, you know one thing about this Bryant Hornet team, tradition rich when it comes to baseball. They've been in the finals 7 times. Last championship was back in 2016. Runner's going to go. They're going to throw down to second base, and they got him. Nice throw that time by Osbon, and Har-Ber, they are out of the inning. Bryant gets a base hit and leaves nobody stranded. Nothing as we end the first inning. You're watching the Centennial Bank Baseball Championships in Arkansas TV Sports.
Hi, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's own statewide public television network has been part of your home, informing, inspiring, and strengthening communities across our state. That commitment hasn't changed. What continues to guide us is a simple promise: to tell Arkansas stories with care and integrity. We are renewing our focus on local storytelling, highlighting the people, places, culture, and history that make Arkansas special. But we can only fulfill this mission with your partnership. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you are able, we hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in everything that makes public television an essential resource for Arkansans. We're committed to serving Arkansas today and for generations to come. Thank you for being part of the Arkansas TV family.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Back here at Majestic Park for the 6A State Baseball Championship, and there's your pitcher for the Bryant Hornets, as Blake Bauer is going to be on the bump today for the Hornets, and he's going to face off against Davis Dyer, Cy Spencer, and Max Stewart, the 1-2-3 for the Har-Ber Wildcats. First pitch is going to be called a ball. The defensive alignment for the Hornets, you've got Scoggins over at first base, you've got Riggs at short, Andrew Tate-Lee at third, Drake in left field, Duncan in center, and Stallman in right. Nate Nally is behind the plate for the Hornets today.
Yeah, RJ, you got a senior-laden lineup for Har-Ber, 7 senior starters.
Here's a pop-up down the left field side, giving chase that time is Drake, and he'll not be able to get that as it lands on the softball field.
You talked about Bryant not being a home run hitting team. If I were to tell you that Har-Ber has double the home runs that Bryant has on the year, you wouldn't think one team has 10, another has 5.
Yeah. Here's a pitch by Bauer that's going to hit the turf.
Really good tight slider right there. He used that in the state tournament last week at Fayetteville. Really good fastball. Has a little arm side run to it, and he pitches well off of it.
Pitches high and in tight. You know, one thing about both these two teams, Kevin, is both 3 seeds out of the Central and the West knocked off 1 seeds. Bryant knocked off Conway, and Rogers was it for Har-Ber that they were able to go through. There's a strikeout, and that'll be the first strikeout for Bauer.
Really good off-speed pitch by Brower right there. Dyer just got out on his front foot. You see him talking to Cy Spencer right there, telling him what to look for and how to pick up the spin.
So up next will be Cy Spencer, 278 hitter on the season, 12 RBI. He'll be the 2-hole hitter playing second base today. Fastball at the knees, called a strike.
And Brower wants to work ahead. Springdale Har-Ber does a really good job on the base pass. They're 71 out of 83 on stolen bases, so Brower's going to control the running game early.
0-2's the count. Max Stewart on deck for the Har-Ber Wildcats. 24-10 this year were the Har-Ber Wildcats. That one swung, came with some high heat that time and got the strikeout. Gotta like the command right now by Brower.
Yeah, really good. And RJ, I think that was a setup pitch. He went up in the zone, and usually you see off that, you see a curveball, but see Spencer chase it up in the zone right there. Love the command early from Brower.
So now you've got Stewart at the plate. He came with an off-speed pitch that's skied to left center field. Giving chase that time is the left fielder Drake, and he'll make the catch for the third out. So it's 3 up, 3 down to the Wildcats. We head to the second inning as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
There's the camera crew getting the camera. It got a little wet from the earlier game, and they're getting it all. They brought it over from softball to get everything up so you can get a great view of the ballpark here at Babe Ruth Field at Majestic Park. And we are going to the second inning between Bryant and Har-Ber in the 6A state championship game. I'm RJ Hawk. Kevin Bohannon joining me for this one. And it'll be a great matchup. You know, I don't know about you, but I watched that baseball game earlier, the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh my goodness, we are going to be here all night, because they were in like 4 hours of gameplay between rain delays and everything like that.
Yeah, 4 hours and 7 minutes, I think is what our good man Troy Mitchell said earlier. Did not pass the 4 hour and 45 minute 4A game from last year, RJ, but we do have some sunny skies, some blue skies shining through right now. Perfect weather right now for the 6A title game.
So the 4, 5, 6 hitters are due up for the Bryant Hornets, as it'll be Blake Scoggins, who was actually at the plate right before the throw out at second base of Blake Brower. So you've got Scoggins, Carter, and Duncan, 3 due up for the Bryant Hornets. Scoggins hitting .333 on the year with 30 RBI. As Van Hilsen's going to be back on the mound for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Van Hilsen just a sophomore, and we talked about, you know, this Har-Ber team doesn't have an ace like Ross Felder or Luke Corneliuson, Blake Adams, but Van Hilsen's done a really good job this season.
Pitch is outside. Think about Bryant Hornets and the Bach name in baseball. Kirk Bach, the now athletic director at Bryant, as here's a curveball that's slapped out to short, and he's going to boot it. An error by the shortstop, Reese Cavett, and Bryant gets their second base runner of the ball game.
Yeah, RJ, I remember when Travis Quick stepped down to take his administrative role, and I called Garrett, and I was like, can you tell me? And he was like, well, not yet. And I kind of knew at that point that it was just a foregone conclusion. His father, Kirk Bach, his grandfather, Billy Bach, the Hall of Fame coach at Pine Bluff. Kirk won one in 10, 12, 14, and 16. That was the last time that Bryant was in the state title game.
So now at the plate, Jonathan Carter, the DH today, batting .203 on the season. Showed bunt, pulled it back because it was a bit low that time. Carter's been in a little bit of a slump this season, or at least through the state tournament. Talking to the coaches on the field, they think that after the Conway game, he may have kind of gotten out of that a little bit.
Yeah, had a couple of hits and, you know, little bloopers where they weren't, gave him a little confidence coming into the championship. Yep.
Got a balk called by the umpire, and so that'll send Scoggins to second base.
Yeah, Van Hilsen, you know, we wonder how will pitchers react with traffic on the bases. Van Hilsen did come to a stop right there. Home plate umpire Tim Bowser called it right away.
By the way, we didn't mention our umpires. We've got Tim Bowser behind the plate. Ian Hewitt is on the field, as well as John Hannon. Those are your guys. Those are your homeboys, aren't they?
They are 3 of the best in the state, and I've gotten to call a lot of games. I've called 2 state championships with John Hannon at third base.
Curveball that hit well before the plate. That'll be 2 balls now for Jonathan Carter.
Yeah, Ian Hewitt was the crew chief for the 6A state tournament last week in Fayetteville. These 2 teams weren't expected to be here, but they played the best at the right time of the year, RJ.
Van Hilsen showed bunt again and fouled it off. And really, if you think about for the Hornets, they needed 9 innings to get past Conway. I mean, that was a Conway team that a lot of people thought, you know what, that it's going to be their year to potentially win this thing. And Bryant took them down in 9 innings.
Yeah, Conway team that's 51-5 the last 2 years, and they've lost in the semifinals both times. Bryant just did a really good job there in the 9th inning. Was relentless, kept putting pressure on Conway, and finally the dam broke.
Showing bunt again. Missed it, and it's called a strike.
Yeah, one thing we've seen so far in the state tournament games here for baseball is the turf is really hard on bunts. So you've seen pitchers being able to cover a lot of ground out there.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jonathan Carter. Curveball is going to miss outside. Takes it to 3-2.
Van Hilsen can be really careful right here. Got to got a base open. That would set up a double play, but don't want to get two on and nobody out here in the early part of the game.
And Hilson's going to take a look at second base. Comes with a fastball. It's driven to left field. It'll be in there for a base hit. It'll advance the runner to third, so the Hornets are in business with runners on the corners.
Really good two-strike hitting right there by Carter. RJ, you talked about the confidence he gained last week at the state tournament. He goes down, gets that ball, really good top spin right there. Left fielder had no shot.
So with the Hornets having runners at third and first, now Colby Duncan, the center fielder, comes up. He's a commitment to ASU Mountain Home, hitting .312 on the season.
Yeah, perfect spot. I always like the 5-hole, 6-hole hitter. Those are your RBI guys. He's got a really good situation right here. Always love the first and third situations to see what happens early in the game.
Jonathan Carter has 7 stolen bases on the season. He sits at first base. That one swung on, skied to left field. Runner's going to tag from third base as Stewart catches it. He'll throw it in. It gets cut off by the third baseman, and that's the first score of the ball game as the Hornets, they lead it 1-0 after Blake Scoggins comes in to score.
Really good job right there. You want to stay out of the double play right there if you're Colby Duncan. Does a great job lifting the ball to the outfield. He carried a little bit right there, RJ. Got a little deeper than what we thought.
Sack fly for Colby Duncan. Now you've got Nate Alley, the catcher, coming to the plate. How about this, Kevin? A 7-hole hitter batting .386.
Yeah, that's what you want. One of the top batting average on the team. That's what you want out of if you're Garrett Bach.
Off-speed pitch, sails high that time and goes to 1-0.
Hey, I want to give credit to Blake Scoggins right there. We've seen a lot of times in state championship games, runner will leave early because of nerves. He waited, had a good count, knew he had plenty of time to get home.
Another off-speed pitch. It's up high. Takes the count to 2-0.
Be really important right here to see how the sophomore Van Hilsen bounces back after having a little bit of trouble early on in the game.
And Hilson, the pitcher for Har-Ber. Pickoff move goes back to first base as Carter gets back safely.
Talk about the championship tradition of both of these teams, RJ. Har-Ber's going for their third state championship in 4 seasons. They won it back-to-back in 23 and 24 against teams from the West. This is the first time they've played a team from the Central since 2018.
Fastball is foul tip back into the catcher. We'll give him a minute to shake off the cobwebs, and that'll take the count to 2-1.
I'll say we talked to Garrett Bach before the game, and he was talking about kind of the keys to how they can get going offensively, and they needed to swing in their zone. Don't chase anything out of the strike zone. They've been very aggressive in the strike zone early on.
Here you go, Nate.
Two balls, one strike. And Hilson, eye in, get a sign, take a peek to first. Now delivers a fastball that swung on and missed.
Talk about Nally. He's just a sophomore, RJ, in that 386 average. He's just going to keep climbing in the lineup as his career goes on.
You know, for this Hornet team, you got to remember there's 2 starters on this team, Jake Elliott and Colt Martin, that they were lost for the year earlier in the year, and so they're playing without 2 of their starters and made it to a championship without them.
Yeah, both knee injuries. We found out that Jake Elliott may be available. A pinch hitting role, he just got cleared.
There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout, and that's the second out of the inning.
Really good fastball right there by Van Hilsen.
So now you've got Andrew Tate Lee, the third baseman, batting .370 on the season. Got a runner at first with 2 outs.
Tell you what, the future of the Bryant Hornet program is bright when you've got 2 sophomores at the bottom of the lineup hitting over .370.
And Hilson delivers a fastball that's chopped to short. He'll make a throw, and he's out. It was a close bang-bang play at first base, and they barely got him, as that'll do it for the second inning. But not until the Hornets get 1 run off of 1 base hit. They strand a runner, and we head to the bottom of the second inning where Bryant leads it 1-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Here's a replay of the last one as the throw by Cabot. I mean, it was a close play.
Yeah, that's about as close as you can get. That's splitting hairs right there. And credit to Ian Hewitt. He was back far enough in what you're looking for. You're looking for step and sound. And with the high throw like that, he has to go off sound, sight and sound. So, you know, we don't have replay until the 7th inning, RJ. You got to go with it.
Either way, I mean, it was close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you've got live umpires, there's no ABS over here at Majestic Park as the first pitch sails in there to Brooks Baxendale for a strike. Blake Brower back on the mound for the Hornets. Baxendale in the season, the first baseman, batting .365 as he fouls that one back with 33 RBI. And if you hear the name Baxendale, that's pretty synonymous in Arkansas.
Yeah, he's the youngest brother of DJ and Blake Baxendale, who were, of course, with the Arkansas Razorbacks. And Blake Baxendale went to finish his career at West Virginia. And I think the young one, Brooks, has a bright future.
There's a fastball that misses on the outside corner of the plate.
Started his career at Greenland before he moved over to Har-Ber this season as a junior.
There's an off-speed pitch that gets chopped into the Har-Ber dugout.
Got that family number, too, number 24. I know DJ and Blake both wore that back when they were playing.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses outside. Goes 3-2.
Yeah, and, of course, their cousin from Bryant, quarterback legend Austin Ledbetter.
There's a pitch that's going to be swung on, down for a base hit in left field. And Baxendale's on for the first base hit for Har-Ber.
Really good job of hitting right there by Baxendale. Kept his hands back far enough on the breaking ball, and he just flipped it out to left field for a single. First hit of the day for the Wildcats.
Reese Cabot is due up next. He's the shortstop today, batting .299. He'll be up with a runner at first base. No outs here in the second inning. The show bunt as the pitch is down low. And he'll start off with a 1-0 count.
Yeah, saw how Van Helsen handled the running game. Let's see how Blake Brower does with runners on base.
Brower goes with a fastball, bunted right to the first baseman, and he'll step on the bag. That might have been one of the hardest bunts that I've seen in quite some time.
That was bunting with authority right there.
And so the runner will advance to second base. That's Baxendale, and that'll be the first out here in the second.
Yeah, made sure he moved him over. You know, Scoggins got the ball so quick, he just went and got the out, but he might have had a play at second base if he would have taken a look.
That ball, almost, I mean, it was
jumped
about 4 feet from the first base bag. So now Osbon is at the plate. He's the catcher today.
Definition of a push bunt.
Onspa is hitting .268 on the season, 19 RBI.
He's done a really good job managing this pitching staff all season.
Off-speed pitch in there, called a strike.
We talk about both of these catchers. Nally for Bryant, they do a really good job of receiving, RJ. They keep the ball in the zone. They always present really well. One thing I've noticed about both of these guys all season and in the state tournament last weekend.
Comes back with another off-speed pitch to go to 0-2.
Brower doing a really good job of mixing it up right here.
You know, a lot of times you'll see nerves out of these pitchers for a state championship game, but you've not seen that out of Brower so far.
Now, both these teams playing with house money, RJ. He's doing a really good job.
Here's the 0-2 fastball. Misses outside. It's 1-2.
That was the exact spot where he wanted it on the outside corner. And, you know, they will stretch it. You see how far that zone and see how far they'll take the hitter out. So that was a perfect spot. Really good command right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second base for Har-Ber. Comes back with a changeup that gets away from Nally. That'll advance the runner to third base. Baxendale will head that way, and now you've got a runner in scoring position at third, as Onspaugh's got a 1-2 count.
Now it's all about contact. You got a runner in scoring position, moved him up. Now just put the ball in play. Bryant's going to bring their infield to halves right here. They're not going to come completely in, but they're going to be about even with the base path.
That's a 1-2 count. It's actually a 2-2 count after that pass ball. There's a fastball that's fouled out of play.
Yeah, both these guys, they're not going to blow you away with their velocity. They're going to work in the mid-80s, but they, like we've seen already, they do a really good job of working off that fastball with their off-speed.
There's a changeup right at Brower. He's going to throw it home. They're going to tag him out for the force out at home plate. Threw it from his backside to make the play.
What a play right there by Brower. He gets his glove on the ball, and you see the replay right here. It was right back to him. Gets the glove on it. His knee set down from the backside. Great tag by Nally at the plate. You see the excitement right there by Brower.
I'm telling you what, that is a heady play that time by Blake Brower as he's sitting on his backside and just makes a great throw for the out.
Yep, head, shoulders, knees, and toes play on that one.
So Onspaugh is at first base on the fielder's choice. And now you've got Logan Thessing, the DH, batting in the 7-hole.
Courtesy runner Will Daniel will be on for Onspaugh.
There's a fastball that misses high that time.
Thessing, one of the 7 seniors in this Har-Ber lineup.
Fastball misses low, takes it to 2-0. Former Razorback Justin Wells just texted in. He's watching this ball game tonight. He had a rooting interest in the Baxendale kids.
A little bit.
Yeah. There's a check swing, called a strike.
Didn't have to appeal on that one. It was clear. He kind of made his mind up the last minute. Really didn't want to go there.
Throw back to first, and he gets back safely.
Yeah, you see how big cutting down that run was right there for Brower. It gets the second out and keeps Bryant ahead.
There's a pitch that misses outside. That'll take the count to 3-1. On deck is Murray Acuff.
Acuff's older brother won 2 state championships with the Wildcats in 23 and 24.
Thought you were going to say he played on the basketball team for the Razorbacks.
No, not quite.
There's a fastball that's fouled back, and it goes to 3-2.
Big thing you want right here with the Bryant infield, you want them to play big. The runner's going to be going, so you know they're going to be going across.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, lifted to left field. The left fielder, Drake, is right there to make the catch and retire the side. So Har-Ber, they threatened in the inning as they got a runner to third, but a great play by Brower to not allow the Wildcats to score. And as we end the second inning, Bryant, they lead 1-0, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Good crowd shot right there. We got a packed house, and it's time for some Quiz Bowl trivia. In what year, Kevin, I'm going to let you answer this here in a minute. In what year did baseball become a AAA sanctioned sport, and who won the first ever state title?
Ooh, that's interesting.
I may have got you on one.
I know we go back to at least 79 because that's Kelly Owens had the strikeout record. That was his freshman year.
See,
I have to think a little bit on
See,
that.
this is why you are like the sea of knowledge for high school baseball. You just straight up threw out, well, he had the strikeout record in 1979. Back to action as the Bryant Hornets are up, and they're up to their 9-hole hitter, and Dax Drake, the left fielder, batting .281 on the season.
Drake, one of the sophomores in this Bryant lineup.
And Hilson back on the mound for Har-Ber as he'll lose a changeup high, and that takes the count to 1-0.
You know, this Bryant team, they scored 12 runs against Conway. Conway hadn't get up 12 runs all year, and they scored 6 in the top of the 9th.
There's a fastball at the knee. He's called a strike.
They gained a lot of confidence, you know, in that tournament last week. They beat Little Rock Christian, the 2 seed out of the Central, 11-5. So, you know, 23 runs in those 2 games. This offense is feeling really good right now.
1-1's the count. Comes back with another fastball that misses low, and it takes it to 2-1. We had some great crowds for both baseball and softball these last 2 days, even with all the rain that came through.
Absolutely.
Here's the 2-1. Back with a fastball out to second base. Spencer's got it. He'll throw to first for the first out here in the 3rd inning.
It's going to be interesting to see how the turf is going to play, you know, after the rain. You know, we can't really see any standing water out there, and you and I walked the field early. It never happened.
It drains really well.
It really does.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Hornets as A.J. Stallman comes up. He's playing right field today. He flied to left field back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, first pitch of the game. That's one thing about this Bryant Hornet team. They've been really aggressive early against Van Hilsen, something they haven't done earlier in the season.
There's a changeup for a called strike.
Always interesting to see how the pitcher handles the lineup the second time through, how he changes the sequence of his pitches.
Comes with a curveball that time, in there for a strike, and quickly takes the count 0-2.
A couple little snapdragons right there to Stallman. He saw a fastball the first pitch of the game.
And he jumped all over it. Here's the 0-2, and he saw a fastball that time, swung and missed. And that's the second out here in the 3rd.
Climbed the ladder with a little bit of high cheese there.
So now Jackson Riggs comes to the plate. Grounded to the second baseman back in the 1st inning.
Jackson's older brother played at Bryant and then went to South Ark, then went to UA Fort Smith.
Came with a changeup that time. It was off his foot.
His older brother was a catcher for Bryant, and Jackson's playing middle infield. Dad, really good softball player. Got to play with him back, I'm not going to say how many years ago. I'm not going to date old Greg Riggs there.
You know, talking about good softball players, somebody told me before the game is there's a curveball that swung on, and it'll be settled under by Spencer, but somebody told me that Brower can actually hit a softball pretty well. And yeah, so I guess we'll find that out here in a few years. But that'll do it for the 3rd inning as Bryant goes 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the third inning where the Hornets, they lead Har-Ber, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ken Warden, Commissioner of the Arkansas Division of Higher Education and a member of the Arkansas 250 Commission. As we approach America's 250th anniversary, communities across Arkansas are preparing to celebrate our shared history. We're working with local leaders to support meaningful, locally driven events that honor the people, places, and stories that shaped our state and nation. Visit america250.ade.arkansas.gov and join us as we connect with our nation's history, celebrate Arkansas's unique story, and contribute to the state's future success.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Back here at Majestic Park. Okay, in what year did baseball become a AAA sanctioned sport, and who won the first ever state title? You said the 70s, right?
I was saying the 70. I knew it was in 79, but I'm going to go back to the late 50s was the first one.
Well, 1955 in Clarksville. That was the winner of the very first state title, and I want to congratulate them on still holding that and having it in their trophy case. As the first pitch is to Murray Acuff, and it's for a strike. Curve ball swung on it, hit out to short, throw to first, 6-3 on the putout, and that'll bring up Will Daniel to the plate.
Really good play by Riggs there. He kind of got caught on an in-between hop, so he backed up just a hair. Not going to see it on the replay, but he backed up just a hair so he could get a better hop, and he made a really good, strong throw right there.
So Will Daniel playing center field today. Excuse me, it's actually Rundle. Yeah. I apologize. I had that written down incorrectly. It's Rundle at the plate.
Yeah, Coach Dustin Helmkamp earlier in the week had a couple of spots in the lineup. He didn't know if he was going to go either or and decided for Caden Rundle in this spot.
There's a swing and a miss. Here's the pitch, as it's going to miss outside. That takes the count to 1-2.
Yeah, Har-Ber's going to have to do something to really break up the rhythm that Blake Brower has going right now, because he's just cruising right along.
1-2's on the way, swung on, lifted to right center field. Giving chase is the right fielder, and it's caught as he's going into the alley. Nice job by A.J. Stallman. He had to get on his horse that time and collected the out.
Hey, you saw A.J. Stallman kick it into another gear right there, right at the end. You see on a replay right here, that ball, RJ, that ball's taking off out there. Really good job by Stallman. Great angle to the ball.
I thought that he was going to be beat for a minute, and he just was able to run that thing down. And that's the second out here in the third as Davis Dyer comes to the plate, struck out back in the first inning.
Brower working again. Another first strike to the hitter.
That is swung on, popped straight up on the right field side. First baseman's going to give chase, and that'll go out of play. Takes the count to 0-2. You know, the field here at Majestic Park, you've got 325 down the lines, 400 to dead center. I mean, it's not a small park.
Yeah, you got 305 to the right field line, a little wall out there, then center field and right field. And I remember the first year they had the Southwest Sporting Goods Classic down here, Slade Caldwell was putting them on top of the railroad tracks out there beyond right field. That was a sight to see. Valley View, of course, will be playing in there. 6th straight state title tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock.
They've been no stranger to the state championship, as there's a check swing that they say he didn't go around. The name's Slade Caldwell. I tell you, That is that's a household name around Arkansas after what he did in the high school ranks.
Yeah, set state records for stolen bases.
Fastball misses outside.
First round draft pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's a top 15 prospect in their organization right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul tip back. He'll stay alive with 2 outs here in the third.
Really good job by Dyer hanging on right there. He did a really good job of checking his swing of the pitch before that. We'll try to get this 2-out rally going right here.
Deuces are wild, and that's going to hit him.
Oh, one of the biggest pet peeves I had as a coach, RJ, is you get an 0-2 on a batter, and then you walk him, hit him. It's a tough thing right there, but good job by Dyer to keep it rolling.
So now that brings up the 2-hole hitter, Cy Spencer. He struck out back in the first as well. Fastball right back at Brower. Look what I found, and he'll toss it to first to get out of the inning.
Brower defending his position once again. Hey, put him as a hockey goalie, RJ.
So for Har-Ber in the inning, they send 4 batters to the plate. They leave 1 stranded. We head to the 4th, where Bryant, they lead at 1-0, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Well, it's time for our Arkansas TV Student All-Star, and this one is Will Upton from Conway. He's the catcher, senior, going to plan to attend UCA, and once again, another really smart kid in the state of Arkansas, 4.38 GPA, and he's a Wampus cat, going to head to the land of the Bears.
Yeah, Conway with a great season, lost in the semifinals again this year. They had a couple of kids one going to Arkansas, two going to Southern Miss next year to play baseball.
So at the plate for the Hornets, they're going to send up their 3, 4, 5 hitters. Blake Brower at the plate. Fastball is going to sail outside to take it to 2-0.
Let's see if Brower can help his cause here. He's hitting 325 on the year, hit from the left side, throws right.
Lane Van Hilsen delivers the 2-0 pitch that Swan fouled off.
Well, that's the 2-0 pitch you want if you're a hitter. Middle third of the plate. Brower's thinking of putting that on the railroad track out there.
On deck, you've got Blake Scoggins, followed by Jonathan Carter. Van Hilsen with a fastball, called a strike, hits the outside corner, it's 2-2.
Really good job right there. Van Hilsen using all 4 quadrants. He threw him in early, away late.
Two-two, swung on, lifted out to center field. That'll be in there for a base hit.
Well, that's 2 straight times that Brower's had a really good 2-strike approach. Single back up the middle both times.
So now Blake Scoggins at the plate. got on because of an error at shortstop back in the second inning. He later came around to score. That's the lone run scored for the Hornets.
Courtesy runner at first for Brower is going to be Patterson Mask. Mask was thrown out back in the first inning, attempted stolen base. That ended the first inning.
There's a curve ball that's lifted out to left field, taken by the left fielder Stewart. And that'll be the first out here in the fourth.
Yeah, swinging first pitch right there. Got a little out in front on that breaking ball. Wasn't able to put any power behind it. Got him on the front foot. Really good pitch by Van Hilsen.
So now Jonathan Carter comes up. Carter had a base hit to left field back in the second inning.
I talked about Carter. He had a 3-2 count, kept fighting it off. He had an 8-pitch at bat, that first at bat, RJ, and had a really good hit to get on base.
Mask gets back in time.
He's being very conservative over there after the first inning. They've seen Ben Helson's pick move a couple of times, seen his best pick move. That's the thing.
I'll tell you, Bryant's been a pretty good base stealing team this year. 70 of 77 this year.
Yeah, and they're a team that they won't run every time like maybe Valley View. Valley View's got 177 stolen bases coming into the state finals. They're going to just take what the other team gives you.
Here's an off-speed pitch that hits him on the hip. And so Jonathan Carter going to head down to first base, and now the Hornets will have runners at first and second.
Good part of the lineup coming up right here. You got 3 hitters in a row hitting over 300. Ben Hilson just lost that pitch to the inside right there.
So Colby Duncan is up, the center fielder. He had the sac fly back in the second inning.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8 right here. Duncan hitting .312 on the season.
That's a curveball that's tapped foul.
I know Bryant teams in the past right here. You may see a little bit of the running game. You may see some of the opportunistic baseball. See, we may get offensive time. Or you're going to get a mound visit right here, but Coach Dustin Helmkamp.
Helmkamp is no stranger to the finals. Talking to him before the ball game, and he's had some really good teams over the years.
He really has, and we talked about some of the guys that he has sent to college baseball. Blake Adams with the University of Arkansas, the Kansas State. Ross Felder went to Arkansas, and he's at Missouri State right now. Luke Cornelison, who started that championship game and through it, was part of a perfect game, or excuse me, no-hitter against Rogers in 2024. So more pitching by committee this season, but still a really, really good, talented young roster.
And we talked about the run to get here for Har-Ber. They beat North Little Rock 6-0. They were favored to win that ball game. Then you take on a Little Rock Christian team who was the second seed out of the Central, win that game 11-5, and then the number 1 seed out of the West was Rogers, and they win that game 6-4.
Yeah, they were down 3-0 going into the 7th inning. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 7th. Rogers actually came back and scored another run to send it to extra innings. So we got to see Har-Ber come out on top. They scored 2 in the top of the 9th to make it to the finals, looking to win their 3rd in 4 years.
So Colby Duncan's got a 0-1 count on him. Runners are at first and second for the Hornets. Van Hilsen goes with a changeup, back up the box for a base hit. Rounding third comes Mask. Play at the plate, slide, he's safe. Hornets take a 2-0 lead.
Tell you what, that was a closer play at the plate than what we thought. Little short hop right there at the end. Bryant takes a 2-0 lead. We got a little timeout on the field right here. I think we got a little injury.
Believe that for Har-Ber, that is Cy Spencer, who may have had a little blood on his his elbow.
A little turf burn right there. Great diving attempt right there by Spencer. A really good, strong throw from center field right there. by Caden Rundle.
And Spencer almost got to that ball. He stretched out for it and just went right underneath his glove.
Yeah, he was playing back more in the 4-hole to the first base side because the shortstop was holding the runner right there. They wanted to give enough room. He just missed it.
So that'll put Jonathan Carter at second base. Colby Duncan will be at first. And now Nate Alley, who struck out back in the second inning, he'll be at the plate.
Number 30, Nate Alley.
Now, as we talked about, the catcher batting .386 on the season.
Yeah, big moment for him. Sophomore starting a state championship behind the plate.
There's a curveball that's in there for a strike.
Second time through the lineup, Van Hilsen's, he's throwing that breaking ball a little bit more on that first pitch, trying to change up his cadence, changing sequence.
And Hilson with the fastball. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
See, Bryant has a really good chance right here. This is exactly what happened back in the second inning. They were able to get a run. Then they had an out. Let's see if they can keep it going right here at the bottom part of the lineup.
.02's the count. Fastball that's fouled back. Stays alive.
Now they did a really good job of fighting off that pitch. It was on the chalk in the other batter's box. He's staying alive right there.
Van Hilsen taking a long look in. Now he's just going to step off.
Yeah, Har-Ber does. They do the traditional signals. A little different from the wristband that a lot of teams use.
And I don't hate that.
No.
I go back to some of the signals. There's a fastball that swung on, lifted to left center field. Stewart's giving chase, makes the catch for the second out.
Good job by Stewart right there. Ball seems to be drifting a little bit. But going back to, the signs and everything, it takes there's so much technology with baseball right now, and everything is now. It's good to slow the game down a little bit and takes that, catcher. Unspall is giving two different sets of signals. He's doing touch and then doing the traditional number signs with his hand. So they're trying to keep Bryant from picking him up.
Andrew Tate Lee. He's at the plate, and he grounded out to short back in the second inning. Curveball, he goes. Well, and if you think about baseball, even at the major league level, college level, everything's about speeding the game up. Just try to make it more fan-friendly, speed the game up a little bit. You can still do that with signs.
You really can. Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to cut time off a game, but, we always, we would just change it by innings. Which touch would be live when we were going through things. So there's still a way to do it and keep it simple. You don't need to make a hard game harder.
No. Another curveball. He's going back to that curveball quite a bit as it's 0-2.
Yeah, he's got a really good feel for it. It's got a really tight spin. Van Hilsen, he's got the frame. He's long, slender righty. He's going to have college opportunities in a couple of years when he gets to his senior year.
So 0-2's the count. Trying to get out of this inning. Hornets have already scored one run here in the fourth. Comes back with a fastball low. If Tate Lee's able to get on, Dax Drake is due up next. We were down talking to the coaching staff, and Michael Westbrook, who called the softball game a minute ago, came up to me and said, hey, by the way, Andrew Tate Lee, he's actually the replay guy for the football games. Make sure to throw that in there.
Yeah, Bryant football's had a pretty good winning tradition in the last few years.
There's a fastball that misses low and outside. Just to count 2-2.
Just a bit out right there, RJ. He bring it over just a hair. Keeps nibbling on that outside corner. Let's see if he doubles up right here and goes back, kind of forces him inside, changes eye level just a little bit. It's been going out, 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 out. See if he busts him in right here.
Counts 2-2. There's 2 outs in the inning. Van Hilsen checks second. Comes back with a curveball, gets the strikeout. He's got the curveball working so far, and that'll do it for the 4th inning. The Hornets, they get 2 hits in the inning, score a run. They lead it 2-0 as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Scan that QR code on your screen to contribute. Every dollar goes directly towards supporting these broadcasts. Every bit helps us continue to showcase these amazing athletes in their communities. Together, we can keep the spirit of Arkansas sports alive right here on Arkansas TV Sports. Visit arkansastv.gov/sports.
And you know, the more times you scan that code, the more sports we actually do, right? It's not just baseball, football, basketball, it's volleyball.
Volleyball.
We can work in maybe some soccer and some other things. Well, so we'll have Max Stewart, Brooks Baxendale, and Reese Cavett due up for Har-Ber as it's an 0-2 count now to Stewart. Curveball's going to hit the dirt.
Yeah, Stewart hitting .398 on the year. He's going to go to Northwest Oklahoma State, RJ. Has a bright future.
There's a swing and a miss. It's a strikeout of Max Stewart. First out here in the 4th.
We talk about both of these pitchers. Talk about Van Helsing going to the breaking ball. Brower's got a little tight slider he goes to. He'll go to it at any count. He's shown it both times through the lineup. Har-Ber's not able to pick it up yet.
It's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game as he comes back with another curveball in there for a strike.
Yeah, Brooks Baxendale did a really good job in his first at bat in the 2nd inning, looping it to left field.
Quickly, they go 0-2. Baxendale back in the 2nd inning, got a base hit, as you just talked about. And it seems like Brower's just got him so off balance right now between his fastball and some off-speed stuff that, and he's hitting the zone. That's the thing. There's not much outside the zone right now.
Yeah, even that pitch right there is a great setup pitch, a great 0-2 pitch, and he's changing his pace also, and that's really messing with the Har-Ber hitters.
1-2's the count. Comes back off speed. Delivered to left field for another base hit for Baxendale.
Yeah, caught too much of the plate right there, and you don't want to do that with Brooks Baxendale. You know, even him stepping up to Class 6A from coming from Greenland, he was hitting in the 400s at Greenland. He hit .365 coming into this game, raising his average. He's going to be a really good hitter this year and next. Of course, he'll go to play college baseball as well.
So now you've got Reese Cavett at the plate. He grounded out to first base. Well, he bunted out to first base back in the 2nd inning. Fastball misses away.
Yeah, down 2-0. We'll see. I wouldn't think that Coach Helmkamp would put the bunt on right here and let his 5-hole hitter swing away.
1-0. Off speed, misses low. Throw to first, and He'll get back safely, so it's 2-0.
You talk about Baxendale. He was playing middle infield for Greenland. Hit a little growth spurt this past year. Moved over to first base.
I was about to say, he's a big old boy.
Yeah.
2-0, swung on him, fouled out of play.
Really good swing on 2-0 right there by Cabot. But Brooks Baxendale was playing up with 17-year-olds when he was 12. Played for his dad, Greg, like DJ and Blake did. But it was so smooth that he had that big uniform on out there playing with 16, 17-year-olds. He was learning early.
There's a swing, driven to left field for a base hit. He's going to run. That could score a run as Baxendale's rounding second. Now he'll hold up at third, as it'll be a double that time for Cabot.
Cabot got a 2-1 breaking ball right down the middle. You see on the replay right here, and he did not miss it.
That is the first extra base hit by a player in this game, as Reese Onspaw is going to come to the plate. He had a fielder's choice back in the first.
And Coach Garrett Bach's going to come out. This is the first time that Brower's really had any trouble. He had a little bit of traffic on the bases back in the second inning, but it's the first time he's run into any trouble so far.
And he's not really pitching bad. It's just he's left a couple over the heart of the plate that have just gotten hit hard.
Yeah, he made two mistakes to two really good hitters right there in the middle of the Har-Ber lineup. Now let's see how he bounces back. They do have one out right here. And Coach Garrett Bach's like, look, okay, we got a 2-run lead right here. Let's get out. We got to find outs right here. We don't want the small cut to be gushing here in just a sec.
So Onspaw is going to be at the plate. He's a .268 hitter. Brower delivers a fastball. That's a bit high.
And you talk about both of these towns representing packed house tonight. We'll have 3 days of Saline County teams coming down here, with Benton coming tomorrow, play Valley View. Haskell Harmony Grove got a state championship yesterday. They're second in school history.
1-0. Fastball misses low. Yeah, the Benton Lady Panthers going for another softball title.
Another one. It's kind of like Bentonville. They beat Springdale Har-Ber earlier in the 6A softball state title game.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses away again. And really, this is the first time in the ball game you've really seen Brower kind of labor a little bit.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's the first time he's really kind of struggled right here. Back-to-back hits, gone 3-0 to Onspaw right here.
3-0's on the way. Fastball in there for a strike.
And you talk about good walks and bad walks. This wouldn't necessarily be a bad walk right here, considering it puts a double play in force. But you don't want to load the bases.
3 balls, 1 strike. There's an off-speed pitch to take it full at 3-2.
Battling back right there. Onspaw looking back at Tim Bowser, asking if that was the outer part of the zone, and Bowser told him, yeah, that was it. Catchers have a really good eye back there, knowing the zone.
Brower delivers the 3-2. Fastball, rung him up. That a way to battle back right there with the looking strikeout. And there's now 2 outs here in the 4th.
Well, way to bow your neck, Blake Brower. Started out 3-0 and then boom. 1, 2, 3, right over the black, all 3 pitches. Gets them to 2 outs.
Now Logan Thessing is going to be at the plate. Fly to left field back in the 2nd inning. Takes a fastball to right center field. That'll score a run, maybe 2. As the throw comes in, we've got a tie ball game. Throw down to 2nd, and it got him on the throw at 2nd. So the run scores at home plate, and we've got a tie ball game after the hit by Logan Thessing as we end the 4th inning. 2-2 between Har-Ber and Bryant. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
Hello, I'm Shay Lewis, Secretary of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, and Chair of the Arkansas 250 Commission. Arkansas is proud to be the natural state known for our beautiful landscapes, outdoor opportunities, and rich cultural heritage. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, Arkansas' story is an important part of that larger journey. Visit america250.ade.arkansas.gov and join us as we connect with our nation's history, celebrate Arkansas's unique story, and contribute to our state's future success.
Get your live action photos from the game at arkansastv.gov/sports. Grab free downloads, have prints made. These are great championship keepsakes.
That photo guy had no idea that we were talking about him. Wow.
He did.
He was just over there hanging out, enjoying the ball game. He does take great photos. You really go in there and check them out.
Really does.
Dax Drake, A.J. Stallman, Jackson Riggs, the 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Hornets as we've got a tie ball game after Har-Ber. They scored 2 runs there in the 4th inning. Top of the 5th inning we go as Dax Drake grounded out to second base back in the 3rd, and he'll foul this first pitch off.
That's what you want to see if you're Blaine Van Helsen. Come out, start throwing strikes. Your team got you back in the game, got it tied up. Come out and pump the zone, fill it up.
Van Hilsen's got the sign. Another off-speed pitch. Go to. He has gone to a lot of off-speed here in the last 2 innings.
Yeah, you can really tell he's got a feel for it right now. He's throwing it at any count. Sophomore's doing really good. It'll be interesting to see what Har-Ber does going back through the Bryant lineup the 3rd time and how long they let him go.
0-2's on the way. Another curveball slapped out to second. Second baseman's playing deep right field, and he's able to run it out. Dax Drake was putting on the burners that time, and Spencer, he was really playing shallow right field when he was able to get that one.
Yeah, he was in a really good position. A good 2-strike hitting right there by Dax Drake. Just kind of threw the barrel at the ball right there. It landed in the right spot, and great hustle down the line. If he's a right-handed hitter, he doesn't make that.
So now A.J. Stallman's at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Flied to left field back in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd inning.
Steady dose of breaking balls in his last at bat. Let's see how Van Hilsen attacks him this time.
Throw back to Drake. Drake's got 9 stolen bases on the season.
That's what you want out of your 9-hole hitter. You want that to be your second leadoff guy that can get on base and flip the order around.
And Hilsen, curveball, hits the turf.
See, with no outs right here, let's see if Bryant gets anything going. A little small ball, a little opportunistic baseball. See if they can take the lead again.
Throws the count. Throw back to first, gets Drake back. On deck for the Hornets is Jackson Riggs. They are really worried about Dax Drake over at first base.
They are. Van Hilsen doing a really good job. They know something might be coming right here, and whether it be a hit and run or get the runner going. Want to keep him honest over there. It's not like Major League Baseball where you only have 2 pickoff attempts, so he can keep throwing over there.
Here's the pitch to Stalemate, and he shows bunt, fouls it back.
Now, this is the game within the game right here, a little chess match between Garrett Bach and Coach Dustin Helmkamp. We knew that Bryant may get something going right here. He showed bunt. A little late right there.
One ball, one strike. You know, really, if you look at the top half of the Hornet lineup, not really much of the production has come from that. Really, Blake Brower got it going, but the first 2 guys haven't really been able to find any success.
Yeah.
As there's a pitch, a call to strike.
Yeah, and those are your speed guys. Stallman's got 13 stolen bases. Riggs got 15 stolen bases. Those are the guys you want to get on base. Let the middle part of your order knock them in, but they haven't been able to get it going, like you said.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Big pitch right here.
And Hilson eyeing in, now going to throw back to first base.
At 1-2 count. It's a really good running count right here. Van Hilson knows that.
Only a sophomore is Blake Van Hilson. He's got a lot of baseball left to play.
He really does. He's got a lot of great experience this year playing in that tough 6A West against some really good competition.
There's a fastball that misses away. They're going to throw back to first, and they got him. He got tripped up and was having to bear crawl back to the bag, got thrown out.
We've talked about these catchers. You see it right here. Onspall does a really good job, and Drake just too far out. Great tag right there. Baxendale finds him, gets the tag on him.
So A.J. Stallman has a 2-2 count. And the changeup called a strike, top part of the zone, and it's struck out looking. It's the second time A.J. Stallman struck out.
Yeah, don't think Stallman liked that too much. Doesn't have the biggest strike zone as it is, but just bounce back and come back the next time. They can get it rolling with 2. They've done it before.
Jackson Riggs now at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to second base back in the first, popped up to second base in the third. Change up. Going to be called a strike.
I bet he's at least 40% off speed this game, at least, maybe
Yeah.
50.
After starting with a lot of fastballs to start the ball game.
Yeah.
Another curveball that swung on and fouled off in the Har-Ber dugout. Yeah, I mean, he's not thrown a lot of fastballs since about the third inning.
Yeah, first time through the lineup. Now he's basically pitching backwards, going off speed earlier in the count, then going back to the fastball.
0-2 comes with the fastball that time. It's fouled off.
Good job by Riggs. Usually your 2-hole hitter is the guy that can control the barrel, control the bat in the zone just about as well as anybody on the team, whether it be bunting, hit, run, hit for power, hit for average.
Riggs is hitting .365 on the season. Off-speed pitch, popped up into shallow left field. The shortstop Cavett is right there to make the catch for the third out here in the 5th. So the Hornets go 1-2-3 in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We've got a tie ball game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has informed and inspired viewers across our state. That commitment continues today with a renewed focus on local storytelling that reflects the people and communities we serve. Arkansas TV is your public television station, and we can't do this without you. If you're able, please consider making a gift today. Your support strengthens education, storytelling, and communities across Arkansas. Thank you for being a part of the Arkansas TV family.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Sports fans, experience the action all over again next week. Follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/Arkansas TV to watch the games on demand.
Well, Blake Brower back out on the mound for the Hornets. So far thrown 60 pitches in this one with 39 strikes. And he'll enter the 5th inning with a tie ball game 2-2.
Yeah, that's what you want to stay around, that 12 to 15 pitching inning mark. He's at 15 right now per inning. Let's see how he responds after Har-Ber really did a good job getting on the board. And, you know, they only sent 5 batters to the plate last inning. 2 of them scored.
Yeah.
So let's see how the bottom part of the lineup responds right here to Brower.
We've got Murray Acuff at the plate. The 8-9-1 hitters due up for Har-Ber. Fastball called a strike. Hits that outside corner of the plate. Acuff grounded to shortstop back in the 3rd inning. Off-speed pitch, just off the catcher's glove, called a ball.
Yeah, that ball was right on the outside corner right there, and now he just missed it, kind of jerked it back a little early, trying to get that strike.
1-1, fastball misses low. Caden Rundle is on deck for the Har-Ber Wildcats.
And most of Brower's misses have been close, RJ.
There's a fastball that's fouled out of play down the right field side to even the count at 2-2.
Brower's got 4 strikeouts on the day.
Here's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch, swung on. They're going to throw it to first, and they'll collect the out here in the 5th.
Tell you what, RJ, coming into this game, he had 52 strikeouts and 26 walks on the year, and he hasn't walked anybody yet.
No.
The command has been outstanding.
He had 1 hit by pitch,
yeah,
and that was it. So now Caden Rundle's at the plate. He flied to right field back in the 3rd inning. 0-1's the count now after that strike. 1-1. You know, we both played ball, and the one spot on the field that I never had any interest was sitting there on that bump. It takes a different type of mindset to be a pitcher. As this one is driven out to left field. The shortstop, Riggs, fell down, and I don't think he was going to get to it anyways. And that'll be a base hit for Caden Rundle.
Yeah, we've had the turf monster get a couple of Bryant Hornets so far. Got Riggs, that right there, and Drake last inning on the pickoff back to first. But to your point, RJ, yeah, it does take a different type of person to get on the mound. Like, you got to have a little insanity about you.
You know,
that's what I did.
Well, I didn't. And by the way, Davis Dyer at the plate struck out back in the 1st. There's a changeup that swung on. You know, the only time that I ever decided to get on the mound was I got asked to throw out a first pitch at Dickie Stevens one time.
Attaboy.
And it was an absolute disaster. Just absolute disaster. I said, I don't want to do this anymore.
Did you short hop or hit the ball?
Oh, buddy, it's on YouTube. Just let's put it that way. It was bad. As there's a fastball that is called a strike. I made Nelly look good.
Nelly could have been he was drafted.
Yeah,
I think.
But did you see his first pitch that he threw out? I think it was the Mets or whatever. It was bad. 0-2's the count. Runners at first base. There's a fastball that misses outside, and it's now 1-2.
That Brower overthrowing a little right there. I mean, he had Dyer dead to rights those first 2 pitches. Stay within himself right here.
1-2's on the way. Change up, misses outside. Evens the count 2-2.
Dyer, really good bat control for a leadoff hitter. He's got that late trigger. He's had a couple really good check swings today.
2-2. This is outside again to take it full at 3-2.
Battle back right here. Har-Ber can get something going for a second straight inning. Third time through the lineup, always a critical point in the game.
There's a foul tip. Runner was going.
3-2 counts, a good running count right here. It's a good pick time too. We'll see if Brower throws over.
Here's the 3-2. There's a high chopper out to third. Throw across the diamond, went off his glove. Runner's gonna head to third, and Blake Scoggin, he thought he had it. It just hit off the top of his glove and went back to the dugout. So that's an error on the first baseman, and now you've got runners at second and third.
Yeah, Tate Lee did a really good job of cutting off that high chopper. He never thought about going to second, went to first, and Scoggins just could not pull it in. Went off his glove right there. Now Har-Ber threatening once again with runners at second and third.
Now Cy Spencer's at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Had a strikeout back in the first, and then grounded out to Brower at the pitcher's mound.
This is the dangerous part of the lineup that Brower ran into trouble last inning. I don't think we've seen a squeeze this week, RJ.
No. Curveball in there for a strike.
Tight game like this, you know, runner at third's got some speed. Center fielder Rundle.
Here's the 0-1. That's swung on, out to short. Thought about coming home with it, but got the out at first, and so Har-Ber's gonna take a 1-run lead.
Caden Rundle did a great job right there. All young baseball players at home, he did not hesitate going to home right there. That's what scored the run for Har-Ber to take the lead. He, bat to ball, he got off.
So it's an RBI by Cy Spencer, and that'll move Dyer to third base, and now Max Stewart with 2 outs will be at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout.
Yeah, Stewart came into this contest hitting right below 400.
There's a changeup that swung on, lifted to center. That'll score a run, and now Har-Ber's got a 2-run lead.
Just like that, the breaking ball is not as sharp late in the game for Brower right here, and Har-Ber's jumping on it.
An RBI for Max Stewart. Now Brooks Baxendale, who's 2 for 2 on the day, he'll be at the plate. Fastball's gonna miss low.
And Brower's got to be thinking, I haven't been able to get anything by this guy all game. See if he changes things up here.
That's a good piece of hitting that time by Max Stewart. He didn't let anything, I mean, he went after the first pitch and drove it to center field. Here's the 1-0. Comes back with a changeup outside, misses. Goes 2-0.
Yeah, he was sitting breaking ball and just didn't try to do too much with it, RJ. A lot of times your eyes get really big on that, but he just shot it right back up the middle.
2-0's on the way, fastball, and he swings and misses.
And Baxter's kind of be kicking himself right there. He had a really big cut on not the best 2-0 pitch right there.
2-1's the count. Fires another fastball outside.
Older brother DJ just recently named the general manager of the Arkansas Razorbacks. He's been on the staff for a few years now.
Here's the 3-1 that's popped up on the left side, and that will go out of play.
Baxendale sitting off speed right there. The first 2 hits of the game for him have come off that off-speed pitch. And he was sitting on it right there just a little early. Runner's going to be going. Bryant needs to have a big infield right here going across.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Max Stewart at first base. Comes with a fastball, line drive down the left field line. That's going to head all the way to the corner. Stewart rounding third, he'll score. It's an RBI double for Brooks Baxendale, who's had a heck of a ball game.
Absolutely right there. Gets the fastball that time. Great job of keeping his hands inside, RJ. This is a tough pitch to keep fair, but he does a great job. That ball was on the black inside, and he kept it fair.
It's a 3-run inning so far for Har-Ber, and now Coach Bach going to make his way out to talk to his pitcher, and we're going to have a pitching change. So as they bring in a new pitcher, we'll take a timeout. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hey you. We know what you did. And we think you're just the most magnificent person ever. Because you support public television. And you did it by donating your car to our station. Vehicle donations like yours bring significant funding to the quality news and programming you turn to every day. So now, it's time to celebrate you and all of our supporters that keep us going.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
And our new pitcher, Jeremiah Moats for Bryant. Blake Brower is going to head to second base, and so Jackson Trusty will head to the bench. And for Jeremiah Moats, he's a Henderson State signee, 4-1 on the season, worked 30 2/3 innings, has a 2.09 ERA with 20 walks and 32 strikeouts this season.
We saw the command that Brower had. Moats is going to be fastball slider. He's going to work in the mid-80s. Has a really tight slider. It's going to break really late.
So Reese Cavitt's going to be at the plate as he'll have a runner at second base. There's 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, at second base, Judd Weir is the courtesy runner. Or pinch runner. You can re-enter in high school baseball, so Brooks Baxendale will be put back in, most likely after this inning. You don't want to take out a 3-for-3 guy.
Reese Cavitt at the plate. Got a double back in the 4th inning. Jeremiah Moats also played quarterback for the Hornets this year. Takes a fastball driven to center field. That'll score a run for Har-Ber. And it's a 4-run inning for the Wildcats.
Get 3 straight hits right there for the Wildcats. Just absolutely rolling. They've taken a 6-2 lead here in the 6A state championship game. Fastball down in the zone, RJ, and he just hammers it to center field.
So Reeves Onspon is at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, reached on the fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. Struck out looking back in the 4th.
There's an off-speed pitch. It's cut on and missed.
Yeah, Moats has got a little cut action in his fastball right there. A little downward movement to it.
There's a fastball that is fouled back. It's 0-2. So far, the Wildcats have sent 8 batters to the plate this inning.
Yeah, the last 2 innings you've had, Cavett, right, of course, got the hit last at bat on spot. You've had 4 hitters that have hit in each of the last 2 innings.
Here's the 0-2. Runner goes. Change up in the dirt. They throw down, and they got him. What a throw that time by Nate Nally. He popped up and threw a dart to second base. Cavett will be put out on the play, and that will be 3 outs in the inning. But not until they score 4 runs in the inning. And Har-Ber, they lead this ball game 6-2. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
You can get all the latest updates from Arkansas TV. Just head on over and visit arkansastv.gov/signups for all the latest updates.
Well, the Hornets have some work to do here in the 6th inning as they trail this ball game by a tally of 6-2. They'll send their 3-4-5 hitters up in Blake Brower, Blake Scoggin, and Jonathan Carter. Brower on the day, 2 for 2 with 2 singles to center field.
They've done a really good job of 2-strike hitting in both at bats. Van Helsen has a lead to work with now. Let's see how aggressive he is going after these Bryant hitters.
Going to come back with that curveball again to start off Blake Brower. And we talked about it. I mean, he is leading off almost every batter with the curveball.
Yeah, I hadn't been charting the pitches, but it's like we were talking in between innings. He's got to be 50% off speed at this point.
Here's another curveball that's hammered to left field. That'll be in for a base hit. Another single for Brower. And by the way, to start the inning, Blaine Van Hilsen was at 68 pitches thrown before he faced off against Brower. And so now he's got Blake Scoggins at the plate.
Yeah, high school baseball, you can go to 110. You can start the last batter at 109 and go over 110, but 110 is your limit for a game.
Scoggins will take a pitch low.
We talked before the game, when you're starting a sophomore and you don't have that senior leader that's going Division I SEC, they've really done it by committee this year, but Van Helsen's looked the part of an ace in this game.
There's a nice fastball, caught the outside corner to go 1-1. Jonathan Carter on deck. Comes back with an off-speed pitch to go 1-2.
Scoggin looking to bounce back, had that error. Cost a couple of runs last inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes with a runner at first base. Fastball is going to miss down low.
We saw that throw by Nally last inning. Both of these catchers have done a really good job. Both have caught a runner stealing, had a couple of pickoffs.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Curveball chopped out to third. They're going to roll it to second. Be a fielder's choice, so Brower's going to be out at second base. And then Scoggins will be over at first base. Now Jonathan Carter's at the plate.
A slow roller like that, I was a little surprised that they were able to get Brower at second. I didn't know if he got a late start going over there at first, but good job getting the lead runner right there.
So Carter on the day had a single to left field, then got hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Comes back with an off-speed pitch that misses outside.
Yeah, one thing that Unspaw could learn from right there, he was set up really outside. In your visual cue as a pitcher, he needs to bring Van Hilsen over just a hair.
1-0. Fastball's going to miss outside. It goes 2-0.
Looking for a 2-ball right here if you're Van Hilsen. Bryant down to their last 5 outs of the game.
Two-0 pitch. Fastball. That's getting there for a strike. Colby Duncan's on deck for the Hornets. Fastball in there for a called strike to even things up at 2 apiece. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got more baseball, softball action as in the morning, 10 o'clock, you've got the 1A baseball game right here. And then the 1A softball game is at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, the whole town of Taylor, the metropolis,
yeah,
right outside of Waldo, will be up here.
Here's the 2-2 fastball lifted to right field. That's in for a base hit. Runners will be at first and second for the Hornets.
You know, RJ, we talked about it earlier in the game, how much confidence Jonathan Carter got last week in the state tournament at Fayetteville. He's 2 for 3 tonight, has done a really good job of getting back to ball, not doing too much with it. He does a good job of going to right field with that one.
So runners at first and second. Now Colby Duncan, the center fielder's at the plate. Had a single to center field back in the 4th. Sac fly to get the run scoring for Bryant back in the 2nd. Curveball, called a strike.
Let's see how much of a leash that Dustin Helmkamp from Har-Ber gives his young sophomore right here. Got a 4-run lead, but Bryant's threatening with 2 runners on.
There's the fastball that misses low. One ball, 1 strike. Curveball, he did go.
That's been old reliable for Van Hilsen tonight. Anytime he gets in trouble, gets behind in the count, he's been able to go to that off-speed pitch quite a bit.
Nate Nally is on deck for the Hornets. Bryant's got 1 out here in the 6th with runners at first and second. Van Hilsen. Leg kick. Comes in with the strikeout. Nice off-speed pitch right there to strike out Duncan. And now there's 2 outs in the 6th.
Really big pitch right there by Van Hilsen. You can kind of see a tipping point in the game right there. Duncan a little frustrated going back to the dugout. Really big pitch by the young Wildcat.
Now Nate Nally's at the plate. Curveball. Called a strike. Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it, but where Bryant got really ahead he was just loading up on fastballs to start this game, and ever since he's gone off speed, it's really thrown the Hornets off.
Yeah, he started pitching backwards that second time through the lineup, and it's really frustrated Bryant.
There's a hit into center field, a diving catch, that time by Rundle. He makes the catch to get out of the inning. Caden Rundle with the dive. Here's the replay. Look at him covering some ground. Makes the catch, and that's going to do it for the Hornets in the 6th inning. They get 2 hitters. They leave 2, but no runs scored. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Har-Ber leads at 6-2. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Okay. Yeah, Roach is done. There it is. That is what we've done so far in this one. First inning, 0-0. Hornets broke it open, and it has been all Har-Ber since the 4th inning. As they lead this one 6-2, they've had 8 hits. Hornets have had 7 hits. And really, I mean, both teams are hitting the ball. It's just trying to get runners in scoring position. And that last inning for Har-Ber, in the 5th inning for Har-Ber, the bats just came alive, and they scored 4 runs there in the 5th.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 hitters. They're big bats in the lineup. Stewart, Baxendale, Cavett. 3 straight hits right there. Of course, the double by Baxendale. You know, they've had a couple of extra base hits this game, but you can see really kind of different. The senior leadership, and, you know, even Brooks Baxendale's a junior. You know, he's been playing baseball forever. This is a really veteran team for Har-Ber, and it's really showing.
So for Har-Ber, they've got the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. Reeves Onspaw is up, along with Logan Thessing and Murray Acuff, as Jeremiah Moats is back on the mound for the Hornets. He'll start him off with a fastball for a called strike.
You know, we saw that last inning Cavett got shot down at second base by Nally. Great throw right there to end the threat by the Wildcats.
Pitch by Moats is swung on and popped up on the infield. Second baseman Brower is going to fade out to right field to make the catch.
It's like Moats has gassed it up a little bit when he came in the contest. The fastball didn't have that velocity, but he's taking
warm yet.
Yeah, he's taking it up a notch or two here.
So now Logan Thessing's at the plate. As he'll take a called strike there to start things off.
And RJ, we've had really good pitching. This is our 4th state championship game. Really good pitching all 4 games.
Off speed is high. Yeah, and you know, really, if it wasn't for the rain delay that last game, the games have been really competitive for the most part. Here's the off speed up top, and even though it was still competitive in that PA game, but you just get out of a flow when you're in so many rain delays, and you come in and out. And I'll tell you this, after the pitch, the 2-1's on the way. That's swung on and popped up. That's into shallow right field. Brower's going to make another play for the second out. My man JB Brazil, I was watching the broadcast, and it was like he was asking for rain delays.
It was.
I mean, my man was sitting there, and he was like, well, we got clouds on the radar, and we're about to have rain here in a minute. Like, I said, JB, what are you doing right now?
JB didn't play ball. I know JB played ball, but come on, man.
There's swung on, found out a play, but like that's the one thing you don't do.
I can get us a rain out.
I mean, he was like, I want to be here. We don't get paid by the minute for this. I mean.
It's the 4A baseball game is cursed.
Yeah, they're going to go back and watch that and really go, who was this guy on the call? That one misses high.
And I talked to Coach Denny Tipton from Pulaski Academy, and congratulations to Coach T. That's his number 5 for him. He got 1 for the thumb today. So it was just an outstanding. You just can't get in a flow.
Here's the 1-1. That swung on and missed. It's got to be hard, though. I mean, they go in the dugout 3 times?
Yeah, they had 3 different delays. The second time that Ace DeWeese came out and closed the game out on the mound, he was lights out.
1-2, swung on and missed. Moats is just gassing it up right now. Goes 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. So we head to the 7th inning. Hornets got some work to do as they trail 6-2. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Well, we enter the 7th inning. There's our redhead. That guy right there was the guy that tells everybody we're getting back from a break, by the way, in case you want some of the back behind the scenes. But we are in the 7th. Andrew Tate Lee, Dax Drake, and A.J. Stallman, the 8-9 one-hitters, as Bryant trails at 6-2.
Yep. Sophomore Blaine Van Helsen on the mound to try to get the complete game and shut it down for the Wildcats.
Fastball is going to hit down low for the first ball. (2024) was the last time that Har-Ber won a state championship. There's a fastball at the belt.
Yep, going for their 3rd in the last 4 years. The last couple of state championships, they've beaten teams from the West. Back in 2018, they beat Conway, and that was led by Jordan Wicks at the time.
1-1. Curveballs up top. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Right now, Van Hilsen's at 89 pitches for the ball game. Here's the 2-1. Fastball, and he loses his bat. Headache. That bat went all the way to the Har-Ber dugout.
Pine tar time.
Takes the count to 2-2.
Coach Corey Thompson down there. Make sure we hang on to that one, big fella. They're bringing a little pine tar out, rub down real quick. You talk about this Bryant team, the 2nd year under Garrett Bach, and what his dad did here, winning 4 championships, and in 2010, 2012, 14, and 16. Had some really good talent. Before the season, you know, I kept being interviewed and asked, you know, what's a team that's kind of an outlier that will be in the hunt at the end? And I said, you got to look at Garrett Bach in year 2 at Bryant. This is where he wanted to be, following his dad's footsteps. 3rd generation state championship head coach, and they've done a really good job to this point.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Van Hilsen comes up top, misses, and it's 3-2.
That's the second time he's kind of lost grip on that breaking ball that we haven't seen the first 6 innings of the game. Let's see if he's reaching the end of his rope here.
3-2's on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. Boy, Van Hilsen was fired up after he got that strikeout.
Yeah, you see the emotion right there. Blows the fastball by Andrew Tate Lee. See the replay right there, and you see the emotion. He knows he's 2 outs from a state championship.
So now Dax Drake at the plate. Got a single back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 on the day.
He had that base running mistake back in the 5th inning. He was back picked by the catcher on spot at first. See if he can get the rally going right here.
Van Hilsen. A fire, a fastball, called a strike.
Har-Ber, they've been to the state championship game 7 out of the last 9 years that we've had a state championship game.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball, a miss low. And Hilson firing more fastballs here in the late going.
Yeah. Get late in the game, you get into your, you know, up in the 90s when you're pitching. Look, let's just throw strikes. We got a 4-run lead. Let your defense do the work right here. You don't have to be as fine with your pitching.
Here's the 1-1. Off speed in there for a strike. Got a 1-2 count. And Hilson with the pitch. Fastball popped up left side. Into foul territory they run, and it'll go out of play.
That was a tough one right there. That was in the Bermuda Triangle on the foul side right there.
If you're a Razorback fan, you see that going on, and you see those 3 converge. Kind of brings a little PTSD.
Yeah, they had that first SEC tournament game out in center field against Tennessee. Yeah, there were a lot of moments like that on the Hog Sports message board for sure.
So 1-2's the count. Dax Drake at the plate. Fastball in there, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Van Hilsen.
His 7th punch out of the game. That one of the backwards variety.
And so now A.J. Stallman, the leadoff hitter. He's at the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts.
Big moment right here. And RJ, you played ball. What's the toughest out of the game to get?
That's that 3rd out of the ball game. Last out.
That's that last out, baby.
Yeah. There's a fastball that misses outside.
Tomorrow we'll have the 1A state championship game with Taylor and Mount Ida at 10 o'clock, and then 4 o'clock Benton and Valley View for the 5A state championship.
1-0 pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner, 1-1. This will be pitch 100 for Blaine Van Hilsen. 1-1's on the way. Fastball misses outside.
One thing you see right there, Unspall telling him just kind of get back in your rhythm. Usually when you see that front side fly open and you miss to that glove side like he's doing right here, which would be outside to to Stalemate right here. He just needs to stay closed a little bit. Just stay on line.
2-1. That's up top. Stalemate swings, and now you got a 2-2 count.
The Wildcats are one strike away from a third championship in 4 years. Crowd cheering Van Hilsen on.
Van Hilsen, curveball, swung on, lifted to right field. Dyer's there. Ball game. Har-Ber, they're your state champions in Class 6A. Your final score in this one. The Springdale Har-Ber Wildcats 6, the Bryant Hornets 2. The dog battle commences, and when we come back, we'll have the trophy presentation. As the Wildcats are your 6A state champions, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hello, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has informed and inspired viewers like you through stories that educate and strengthen our communities. That legacy continues, and today our focus is clear. More local stories, more local impact, more Arkansas than ever. At Arkansas TV, we are deepening our commitment to local programming, sharing a brighter light on the people, places, culture, and history that make this state extraordinary. From food to the outdoors, from public affairs to Arkansas history, we're telling the stories you won't see anywhere else. We'll continue bringing you trusted national and international programs as well, but our vision is rooted right here at home in meaningful partnerships and storytelling that reflects the heart of Arkansas. We do everything we do for you, but we can't do it without you. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you have the ability, I hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in the strength of communities across our state. Thank you to viewers like you.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
There it is. There are the champs as they host the 2026 6A State Championship. Congratulations to the Har-Ber Wildcats as they win it 6-2 over the Bryant Hornets. What a ball game.
Yeah, great job by sophomore Blaine Van Hilsen. 7 strikeouts on the night. You look at the right here, Blake Brower. Great play in the first inning to cut the run down at home. Blake Baxendale tagged out right there. Talk about Brooks Baxendale, just named MVP of the game. Went 3 for 3 and see really good hitting right there. Bryant gets on the board early on, takes that 2-0 lead. then RJ Har-Ber came alive.
Yeah, they did, and it was just hit after hit, and they were just hitting where Bryant wasn't. It was a good display of hitting by Bryant, but I'll tell you what, Nally was on fire at behind the plate, throwing down, and I'll just, one thing about, I would say, if you look at this Brower, he pitched his tail off tonight, and it just maybe was stayed in just a little too long, and Har-Ber figured it out. But that last hit right there was a big one.
Yeah, that was the backbreaker, and then you saw the really good play by Caden Rundle in center field. That's when you knew the momentum was in the pocket for the Wildcats, and then they are dogpiling for the third time in 4 years. And you can get the Springdale Har-Ber, celebrate their championship victory with official championship gear. It is now available. Visit www.arkansashighschoolsports.com to find apparel and memorabilia.
Well, you know what? We got more baseball tomorrow as it all kicks off at 10 a.m. Mount Ida and Taylor going to square things off in the 1A baseball finals right here on Arkansas TV and Majestic Park. And then don't forget, at 1 o'clock tomorrow, you've got the 1A softball, and it ought to be a great matchup as well. And so you can see all the action. If you want to sit at home and watch baseball action, or even come to the park here in Hot Springs, you can do that. So, hey, congratulations to the Har-Ber Wildcats on another state championship. Congratulations to all of our crew at Arkansas TV. They have been out in the rain all day. They've been battling all the elements. Matt Johnson and his crew did a great job. Tanisha, Kevin, you guys were awesome. And I want to thank you for watching back at home. But for my broadcast partner, Kevin Bohannon, I'm RJ Hawk. The final in the 6A championship. The Har-Ber Wildcats 6, the Bryant Hornets 2. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.